Yep, another bad thing about having a huge lifted vehicle is you think you could just do anything you want to with it. Like, yeah, I know that's a huge rock ledge, but I'm just going to drive over it. Like, no, you're not, Skip. Yo, what's up, guys? I'm Skip, and you're watching HighVoltsGaming. On today's episode, we're going to be taking this little 4-cylinder hopper here and turning it into the ultimate off-road 4-wheel drive hopper, right? The ultimate hopper build. This is the ultimate off-road build. This is happening right now. This is what we're doing. Alright guys, so we got our hopper parked here. Let's go ahead and pull up our vehicle config menu, get this build underway. And we're definitely going to be using a couple of main key mods. I'll make sure I leave them in a link down below in the description so you can download them as well. But basically the three mods are going to be the Traxxas lifted suspension mod, the off-road parts mod for those really sweet tires, and then we're going to be using a turbo straight 6 engine mod, our turbo diesel straight 6 engine mod for our powertrain. But before we do that, actually, just really, this tan paint is driving me nuts, so let's go ahead and put a paint scheme on this thing. We do have a couple of different ones to choose from here. Let's go to the Adventure Team. I do believe that the modder said this was based on like a Power Wheels Jeep that they had back in the 80s that sort of looked like this, had the same sort of paint scheme, so that's pretty cool. Got a Beam Safari. This is, I do believe, is another modded paint scheme here. I'm pretty sure I know which one I want to go with. That one actually looks pretty cool. That's like a Jurassic Park sort of feel going on with it, doesn't it? Definitely looks pretty cool. We could do like I'm surprised there is not a Jurassic Park Jeep out there yet. This one looks very close to that, but I'm sure over time we'll see someone making a full line of Jurassic Park Jeeps on here as well. Let's go ahead and keep on going here. See what we got. We got the camo here. Got a couple different camos actually. That I do believe is the modded camo. This is maybe the stock camo. I'm not sure. I do have just about every single mod that you could download for this thing in the game right now. Now that did not come up. You can't see anything there, and I think that might be something to do with our paint scheme. Yep, here's our color stripes. They're not showing up either, so let's go ahead, go on over here, play with this. There we go. So let me see here. What do we want to do? I kind of want to make tropical blue here and then make the stripes like that orange color. I think that looks really cool. I think that's going to match us up pretty good. So let's go ahead and go back on over to our parts menu. Now that we got that cream paint out of the way, actually now we can check out the rest of the paint schemes as well, right? We can go back to the Camo Liberty, see what that looks like. There we go. Actually it looks pretty cool with the BeamNG sort of colors there. Factory stripe, old and weathered. Let's go to the splatter. That's like the what the original sort of off-roader is running here in the game. Does look pretty good. Kind of that Raptor sort of look. And then the two-tone. Actually, I've never went through these myself and looked at them. That actually doesn't look too bad. Kind of a definitely an old school 70s or 80s sort of vibe with it, right? But I think we're going to go ahead and run the factory stripe on this one. I think that gives it definitely a more of a Jeep sort of look. Let's go ahead and keep going here, see what we can do. Like I said, we're going to be running the diesel engine, so we'll go ahead and swap in the diesel fuel tank. You can see we have 2 diesel fuel tanks there because, like I said, I have all kinds of mods loaded in here. Basically, everything that looked cool that could go on the hopper, I do have loaded in and into my game. So if you see something like that, that doesn't pertain to the 3 mods that I have downloaded, that's basically what you need to do. Go through it, download all of them, put them into your game, and then you have all the parts, right? Just like me. So let's keep on going here. We got our body. I don't know if we're going to do too many different body changes here. Rear fender flares, I don't believe. We could go with we could go with extended fender flare as well. I didn't see that. Definitely another modded part there. What was that? That was probably the other side rear. Yep, it was. Alright, so let's add this one so that we can actually see what it looks like. There we go. So definitely just an extended lip there. Definitely looks good. We're going to be running that. Body lettering. Let's go ahead and get rid of the body lettering. Body lettering. That way it gives it a little bit more of a Jeep look, right? If it just doesn't say a B shoe or whatever and hopper on the side of it. Running boards, we don't need those. Automatic shifter, not exactly sure which transmission we're going to be running. Leave that alone for right now. Front doors, front fascia. There's supposed to be a metal front fascia. Let's check that out. I do believe that might have been one of the off-road parts mods. But I don't see anything that really changed on it here. Maybe the part itself is metal instead of plastic. Maybe it's just stronger. Oh no, okay, it does. It does change the front there. So it does give it that Jeep sort of front end look. So very, very cool there. Pop that back on. Nice. Okay, cool. So let's keep going here. Front fender. Let's see if we can put the 6-inch fender flares up here. Very good. Go. Right front fender. 6-inch fender flare. Do have the snorkel option right here. We're definitely going to want to run a snorkel. Pop that bad boy on there. Now we do have the roll bar here, and I have that alternative roll bar that we did use in our drag Jeep build or drag hopper build. But being that I really actually like this soft top look, and it really gives it that sort of Jeep look. We're just gonna leave that roll bar alone, leave that in there. Our tailgate, we're gonna leave that alone. Actually, let's go ahead and not that. That's not what we want. Tailgate. Let's go ahead and check out the spare tire carrier here. Now, I thought one of them said that we had an off-road option for the spare tire carrier. I don't see it there, so we're just going to go ahead and take that off. That way we don't have just a stock sort of tire hanging out back there when we're off-roading, right? Got our full-sized off-road tires on here, and then our little bitty spare tire on the back. I guess it probably wouldn't be a bad idea if this wasn't a video game, but since it is, we don't need a spare tire. We're just going to get rid of it. Front bumper. Do have a bull bar. Let's go ahead and run that. Probably look pretty good. Sort of hide that front end a little bit more. Give it a little bit more of a Jeep look. I think it looks pretty good on there. Oh, that was the wrong way. Get it back in there. Alright, let's keep going here. Rear bumper. What can we do with the rear bumper? We could just take it off or leave it on. I guess we'll just go ahead and remove the rear bumper to give us the most off-roading abilities. Same reason I didn't put the hitch on there, because I didn't want it getting hung up on anything. Going down to our engine here. Now this is, as you can see, like I said, I have all the mods loaded in here. There's a huge list of engine choices here, but we're going to be running this 4.4 i6 diesel engine. Go ahead and throw that in there. We're going to throw the turbocharger on it right here. There we go. Thank you very much. We do have an exhaust system on here. Let's go ahead and remove that. Could put the Limo Exhaust. I don't know why, but somebody immediately made a limo hopper, and I got that mod too, because like I said, I just love mods. I download all of them and put them all in here. So just to see what that looks like, let's go ahead and throw the Limo Exhaust on there. Get a quick laugh. Yep. That's pretty funny looking. So there's the Limo Exhaust. You could run that if you want to, although I definitely think that's going to slow you down on the trail. Let's just go ahead and remove it completely. Here's our transmission option once we get back in the game. Thank you very much. So we do have a couple different versions of the transmission available. Just of course, the 4-speed automatic, 5-speed manual, and the race 6-speed manual transmission. So let's go ahead and throw that in there. Since we're building the ultimate off-road build, we're going to be able to tune our transmission up. That's going to be very nice. Now, basically, that's everything with the actual vehicle itself. Moving on to the suspension. Going to be installing this Traxxas Live Axle front suspension. That's the lifted front suspension setup, like I said. Definitely leave a link down below. What in the world happened? So we don't have any tires on it. We also don't have any shocks on it. So let's go ahead and add our spring, or we don't have any springs on it. Let's go ahead and add our springs there. We're also missing some front wheels and tires there for some reason. Front wheels. Let's just throw something on there for right now. That fix our problem. What's going on here? There we go. Get out of the ground, truck or hopper or Jeep or whatever the heck this thing is. But actually, where the heck did our wheels go? There we go. The colorable Darren off-road wheels is what we're going to be running. So let's just go ahead and throw those on there. We might have backed up. Whoa, okay, that's Definitely a full-size set of tires. Man, those things look absolutely humongous. Is that the tires we're going to be running here? Front, it just says front tires. Like, this is just the size that you get. So where in the world? We need to jack this suspension up. I guess let's go ahead and do the same thing to the back, and we'll shoot on over to the tuning menu and get this thing looking a little more proper here. Right, rear. For some reason, it doesn't have tires or springs attached. When I was running it before, it had the tires attached to it, but no springs. So I don't know what happened, if the game got updated again and messed with this mod or something. I don't know, but let's go ahead and see what we can do here. Colorable Darren off-road wheels. Throw those on there, see what it looks like. It's clipping through the body again, of course. Let's go over to our tuning. Tune this sucker up. Tracked width, we'll mess with that. Front and rear ride height. Okay, we definitely need more. Let's just go ahead and max it out. If we want to come down, we can apply that. We also have the front spring rate, which is really nice. You can, as you can see here, we're definitely going to need more pressure than that in the front. So let's go ahead and, actually that's quite a bit more, 20,000. It was only at like 6 or 7. This was up to 15. Let's see how that looks. And that's going to be the actual stiffness of the spring. You want as light of weight of a spring as possible when you're off-roading, right? Because you want the flex out of your suspension. If you have a super stiff spring, it's going to be jacked up in the air, but it's also going to be super stiff, and it's not going to do well off-road, right? In theory, anyway. So let's go ahead and see what our tracked width looks like here. See where our tires are sitting. Definitely think we could go out as far as possible, so let's just go ahead and max out our track width as well. Center steering. This is another thing that you get with the lifted suspension mod, is the center steering. After you lift this, you have to see which way it's pulling, to the left or right, and you can actually use this little dial to help you, center the steering suspension again, right? So that you're tracking straight down the highway. Now, front tires have 30 and the rear have 15. Let's go ahead and match that back down a little bit here. All right, apply that. Let's see what we're working with here. Now, it definitely looks pretty bouncy, if I do say so myself. Let's see if we can play around with this spring rate a little bit. Now, what was it at? What's all the way down? 12,000. So let's go 15 and 15. Let's see how that looks. I'm gonna have to have the, there we go. It's definitely still very bouncy. We don't have any race suspension on here, so we can't actually tune up our suspension. We can tune up our transmission here though. So if we did this right here, we would have the lowest gear ratio possible. And if we took our reverse gear and did the same thing, we would have the lowest sort of first and reverse gear, which is not really a big thing anymore, being that we have the low range gearbox. But that is something cool, and that is a good feature of that race transmission mod, is that you can tune your transmission, right? So let's just go ahead and add that, make it as low gearing as possible. We still also have to add some drivetrain parts because I don't see my differentials over here yet. Go ahead back over to that, see what we're actually missing. Transmission, four-wheel drive transfer case, four-wheel drive off-road transfer case, I believe. Will give us our selectable. Actually, I don't know what the heck that did. Where's my differentials at? Front differential. Okay, we have open diffs in here. So we want to go ahead and put in the 488 selectable locking front and rear differentials. Man, this build is going on, getting a little bit long anyways. You guys definitely smash that thumbs up button. Let me know down in the comment section below if you have been enjoying these builds. I definitely like doing them. I know you guys are always also letting me know what you want to see in an upcoming episode, so definitely let me know about that down in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys want to see. Let's go ahead and change our wheel color here. I think, what do we think here? Orange, match the stripes. That actually looks pretty cool. All right, I think that's pretty much going to do it. Let's go ahead and switch our cam here. Oh, there we go. Switch our cam up here, check it out. Guys, what do you think? I definitely think it has that Jeep Wrangler sort of look going on with that metal front fascia. It definitely gives it that Jeep look. these humongous wheel and tire option absolutely looks awesome on it. This thing's definitely bouncing around. I had to play with that a little bit. We definitely need some race suspension. I don't believe that's an option yet. We didn't actually even go into the shocks and check that out, but like I said last time I checked, I didn't have that availability, but let's go ahead and check it out. Why not? Let's go ahead. Front suspension, shocks. So we have the heavy duty front shocks or the off-road front shocks. Okay, so we definitely should have switched up our front shocks. Did I just say? Alright guys, so I just realized that we actually, let's get that out of the way, we actually forgot to install the off-road shocks, which is going to give us a little bit more tuning, a little bit more, of course, off-road ability. So let's go ahead and throw those on there real quick before we start testing this bad boy out. That's going to give us all of our bump. That's going to give us all of our bump dampening, stopping. Okay, I'm just going to tune it. I'm just going to turn these all down so it's super soft and squishy. See how that works. See if it takes out some of that bounciness that we got going on here. This is not the proper way to tune a suspension. Just go ahead and say that right now. But, you know, this is a way to tune it, so let's see how it works here. Alright, get out of our life here. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Now, I am using my Logitech G920 steering wheel today. Now, it definitely feels a lot less bouncy right off the back. Definitely making some, motor definitely feels powerful. Seems like we're making some good power here. Go ahead and take it straight into the mud bog, and then we'll try out the new, whoa, okay. Try out that new rock crawling section that we do have over here on the grid map. Added some more off-road sections for us off-road guys. Definitely appreciate that. BeamNG developers. Alright, so we got it all tuned up here, guys. We got our turbo diesel spooled up. Let's see what we can do in the mud hole. And we had a little wheel bounce. Whoa, wheelie action. Had a little wheel bounce dumping the clutch there with it revved out. She certainly handled it. Second gear, just tearing it up. There we go. Now I have not locked in the differentials yet. Let's go ahead and lock in the rear diff. That way we can maybe get a little sideways action cooking here. There we go. Little drift Jeep in action. Oh my goodness, guys. Yeah, get it. There we go. And that's how it normally ends up for me. Luckily, this is BeamNG, so we just hit that button and keep on going here. Definitely not not a good vehicle to bash around, right? This is not what you should be doing with your new Jeep build. You wouldn't build a Jeep just to go out. Alright guys, so mud basher, maybe not so much. You could definitely get through some mud and get through some deep mud with this snorkel, right? But let's go ahead and put it on some rocks here, see how it does. Let's go ahead and drop it down into low range. We do have our front and rear differentials locked in now. Let's see if we can do a little bit of crawler status and get over these rocks. Then we're going to hit up that new sort of off-roading section that we do have over here on the grid map. Let's go ahead and hop inside of this bad boy. Go for a ride. Basically, don't even have to pick a line. I'm just barely pressing the gas. Just crawling our way right up and over, no problem. Like I do believe I said before, but if I didn't mention, I am using my Logitech G920 steering wheel. Okay, I shifted it in a second there. We got a little bit crazy. Should have left it in first, but that's all right. Let's go ahead and, now one thing I don't like is that you can't see your buttons here while you're inside the car. It'd be really nice if I could have just switched it back into high gear there, but that's all right. Let's go ahead and get back in orbit mode here. We're gonna go ahead and shoot on over to the other section, or this new off-roading section over here. If you guys didn't know, it's just right here behind the old section, right by the mudding. You know, this is the hill that separates the mudding sort of section that we do have. Let's see what this bad boy can do. gonna try to take it nice and slow and steady until I have to let it rip. See what we can do. We're gonna climb our way up there. Claw your way up. Oh, nope. Oh, that is not what you want to do with a fresh build. Let's go ahead and flip her back over. Actually, come on. I would like to be pointing the right direction as well. Would be nice. Now we are still in high here. Let's go ahead and give it a little gas. There we go. Whoa, oh, man. And we're fine. Totally fine. That is what the roll cage is for. But definitely a capable vehicle here, guys. You know, maybe not the most capable driver. Go ahead and give it another shot. Yep, another bad thing about having a huge lifted vehicle is you think you can just do anything you want to with it. Like, yeah, I know that's a huge rock ledge, but I'm just going to drive over it. Like, no, you're not, Skip. That literally just did not happen. Let's keep going here. There we go. A little bit of wheel speed, pulling our way up. Very nice, very nice. Let's get a little better camera angle. And there's the good old mud pit. Really cool that we have this you know, more off-roading sort of spots over here on the grid map. Grid map's definitely one of my favorites, just an old tried and true sort of map, right? We've had it forever, and super fun just to play around on. Now you can hit the jumps, you can hit the track, you can you know, do some top speed runs or do some off-roading. You can basically do anything over here on grid map, right? So you guys definitely let me know what you think about the extreme off-road build. Actually, we really didn't do anything too extreme with it at all, did we? Let's go ahead and jump into the new external camera mode here. Let's get some extreme action happening. I'm gonna go ahead and unlock the front diff. There we go. Let's get a little full throttle sideways mud digging action. Hopefully we can maybe get into some wheelies. Whoa, man, that thing is nuts. Off-road suspension donuts. Get it done, little hopper. That turbo diesel is just spewing out the black smoke. We're rolling some coal. Whoa, we're rolling the hopper. Well, hopefully that was extreme enough for you. That's about as extreme we're going to get today anyways. I do believe I'll be doing a midnight upload with this vehicle tonight, where I'm just going to do some more donuts, hopefully get into some wheelies and different crazy stuff. You guys make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm Skip, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.